Tandem Nomads, episode 62. Hello, Nomad Nation. Welcome to Tandem Nomads, where you will find great inspiration and tips to build your portable career and thrive in your global nomadic life. I am your host, Amel Derragui, and today's episode is a very special episode for so many reasons. Let me start with one big reason is that in order to celebrate Tandem Nomads' first anniversary, I decided to launch a conference in New York City. And while I'm talking to you right now, today that we're launching this episode on November 29th, at the same time, right now, I will be at this conference in New York moderating two amazing panels on expat partners and how they can build their career while moving from a country to another. So the conference is called Expat Spouses, Career and Entrepreneurship. And if you are listening to it on the November 29th, know that you go right away now. If it's around 9 a.m. Eastern time, you can be able to listen to the conference live on Facebook. So jump on it right away if you are on November 29th and want to watch the conference live. So this is so exciting. So I have to say that I'm recording this before, obviously, and I'm very, very excited, a bit nervous, because this is the first time that I do something like that. Actually, it's not the first time that I launch a conference, that I organize an event. I've always done it in my job as a marketing communication consultant and manager. But it's a whole different deal when you're doing it for yourself and for your own brand and your own community. So I'm really nervous about it, and I will be on the stage from beginning to end. So I'm really wondering how it's going to go to, coordinate everything while being on stage. So let's see how it goes, but I'm really excited about it. And just to let you know a little bit about the conference, it's going to be 2 panels. The first one is going to be 2 speakers that will tell us their experience as being the expat partner who actually travels for their career and they're followed by their partners abroad, and how do they experience that challenge for their spouses in their personal aspect and their life. And that will be a pretty brief panel, because what we really want is in this conference is to get some great takeaways for expat spouses to be able to build their careers while moving from a country to another. So this is just like a glimpse on, I think that it's important to know, Tandem Nomads is called Tandem Nomads because I believe that it's very important to consider this adventure as a team. And I thought that was also interesting to hear a little bit the perspective of the ones who are working. As a team, we have to think of both sides, right? So I really wanted to hear a bit of that perspective. But then very quickly after that, we will spend most of our time discussing with 4 amazing expat spouses that I met in New York, who will share with us their experience, how they managed to build these amazing careers they have and companies they built. We're going to have Sonia and Ritu that build a startup called Zoom Dojo. We will have Kathleen, who's a psychotherapist and nurse who managed to turn her skills into a portable business, but also she managed to build an NGO called Les Enfants de Panzi to help children who are victim of sexual abuse in Congo. So a really amazing and really a great organization that's doing some great work there. And we also have Sonia, who's a consultant in international development in the mining sector, and she also has her own NGO that helps teachers, brings the support to teachers to provide the education necessary in poor areas in Peru. So amazing 4 ladies who are going to share with us how they manage while moving to at least 3 to 4 and sometimes 7 countries while taking care of their families and having their kind of important role as being a spouse. A lot of them are diplomats who have to have do a lot of representation and things like that. So on top of all of that, they managed to build amazing careers and businesses. And we're going to see during that conference how they did it, and they're going to share with us their tips but also we're going to talk about the challenges and what can we do as a community of expats and global nomads. What can we do to facilitate some of the issues that are actually beyond just the individual, also in terms of society, the position of women. We'll also talk about how can we influence, regulations and things like that. So I'm really, really excited about this conference, and I wish you could be with us if you're not in New York. If you're in New York, I hope you took your tickets and got your tickets and you'll be with us. But if you're not in New York and if you're not with us at the moment, this 29th of November, please go to the Facebook page of Tandem Nomads, where you will be able to see the live streaming of this conference. And even when you catch this episode after the conference, you'll be able to see this video on the website of Tandem Nomads. So I'm really excited, but like I said, I'm super, super nervous because I've never done such a big leap. So let's see how it goes. But I'm pretty positive. I have an amazing support. My husband is so helpful in the organization of this conference, and the whole Austrian community in New York has been so helpful, helping to provide the space. I had a great Austrian caterer that that's going to bring us some great snacks to be able to celebrate after the conference. So I've got a lot of support, so I'm really, really happy about that. Okay, so this is about the conference, and I have another message to share with you. I don't know I hope that you're part of the Facebook group of Tandem Nomads. If you're not, please join us, because we're having some great conversations there. And it's really a great way to get to know each other and connect. So last week we were celebrating Tandem Nomads' first anniversary on through a Facebook Live in the group. And I was sharing something that I want to reiterate today in this episode. I had to think about this first year of Tandem Nomads and what did I learn from this experience? And I realized one thing important that made Tandem Nomads possible is the trigger, the one thing that pushed me to say, okay, now I'm just going to do it. And it's the same for the conference, actually, at the end of the day. I've been listening for a while to a podcast show called EO Fire, Entrepreneurs on Fire, by a guy whose name is GLD, John Lee Dumas. And he kept repeating, don't wait for the perfect moment. It will never be the perfect moment. There will always be a reason for you to not do what you want to do and intend to do. So don't find excuses and just start. If you're a perfectionist, just start and perfect later. And oh my God, this was a breakthrough for me. Start and perfect later, because I'm a freak. I'm a perfectionist freak, and I do realize that I might have used this a bit as an excuse to not take risks in my life. I've never been a risk taker, and taking that big leap to put my name out there and share my story with you and connect with other people, and also invest, I did invest money in building Tandem Nomads. So that's also another risk. It's a personal risk, emotional risk, financial risk. And on top of that, the need of having things to be perfect. So Tandem Nomads is really not as perfect as I would like it to be, but I'm working really hard on making it better every day. But this is the lesson I want to share with you. Whatever you want to do in your life and build for yourself, just do it. Don't wait for the perfect moment. I know that you're busy. I know that you have probably kids to take care of, a position as a spouse, if you're a diplomat, to take care of, and other things, families. I'm sure you have lots of things to do. Like my friend Rachel Yates says, as an expat spouse, you don't give up work, you give up a salary. And that's so true. But it should not be an excuse to not take that leap and just do it. Start and then perfect later. Do as little as you can. Start with little milestones. Just do something little, one step further every day towards what you want to achieve. Don't wait to be perfect. and you will see things will move on. And if you're dedicated and committed, because that's another thing that I had to learn, is to commit. Once I've started, I had to commit to that idea that it can't be perfect, and it's okay if it's not perfect. I'll just have to work on getting it, better one day after the other, one step after the other. And so that's really important, actually, because it is hard. I have to tell you that there are times where I was discouraged, by the amount of work that Tandem Nomads was for me, because I didn't expect it. I still had my business as a freelance in marketing communication, so I didn't have to juggle with all of that. But at the end of the day, if I didn't commit, I would have gave up on the first bump on the road. So please, just start. Don't wait for the perfect occasion. Don't wait to have time, because you will never have time. And then commit to that idea. Commit yourself to it. And I really hope that this message will help you take that leap like I did with Tandem Nomads, but also with the conference. Oh my God, I just can't believe that I jumped on this and just did it, and not even questioning if I could be really able to put it off. So let's see how it goes. But I really want to share that message with you. I really hope that it went through. And I really want to hear about your story. I want to know more about where are you in your life, and how is this podcast helping you? That's going to help me perfect Tandem Nomads. So please make sure to reach out to me and leave a comment on the webpage of this episode. You'll find it as tandemnomads.com/62. So please let me know. Let me know what's stopping you in life. What are your challenges? How can I help you? And how can our Facebook group members help you? We have a lot of coaches there. We also have just people who have been through that same, situation as you, and I'm there also to help you. So if you want to start a business, if you need some guidance, let me know, and I want to see how I can, provide you with guidance and help. And but reach out and share your journey. And that's another message I want to share. Let's not do this alone. And I think one thing that has helped me is to reach out to professionals and the people in this community of nomads who have already started that journey of being entrepreneurial with our niche of expats. And honestly, it makes it big difference to be able to connect with other people and share our frustrations and sometimes our wins, and that's very important, to be able to share that joy and also those frustration and information, knowledge with other people. So don't stay alone in your corner. Reach out to me, share your experience, and I'll be more than happy to guide you if I can. And if I can't, I'll help you find the right people. So, and I'm sure that we'll figure it out in our group. It's all about supporting each other. And the other point, and I mentioned it very briefly just before, is celebrating every milestone. So once you start it, and once you work on perfecting and committing, which goes with learning and getting your skills updated and putting a lot of effort in your, education and your trainings, and once you've put so much effort in starting such a big deal for you, it's going to be important to do something that, for me, makes a whole difference in keeping up with those ups and downs, which is celebrating every milestone. It has helped me a lot. I don't know if you remember, for episode 50, I asked you to come and join me and send me a small audio so that we can collect those audio, put them together, and celebrate online the 50th episode of Tandem Nomads. That was my way of celebrating that small milestone. It's not a gigantic 50 episode, but honestly, it's not that bad either. Most of podcasters, actually, for your information, stop after the 20th episode. So that was a big deal for me to continue and hang in there. And now we've reached above 60 episodes. So it's really great. And the other thing that I did recently was the Facebook Live on Facebook. And thirdly is this conference. So let's celebrate every milestone. But at the same time, what I try to do is, when I celebrate, I try to also do it by bringing value. And I hope that this episode is bringing you value. For me, it's a way to celebrate Tandem Nomads anniversary and the great things that are happening right now by sharing my experience and sharing, what has helped me. And I hope that this will also help you to take that leap. At the end of the day, this episode is all about telling you how important it is to take that leap. Do not hesitate. Don't wait for the perfect moment, because that's not going to happen. But remember, start first and perfect later. That's the key sentence you have to keep in mind. Don't wait. Wow. I've never talked so fast in one in one row. There's no editing here, and I'm quite impressed by myself, I have to say. I've never done that way, but I'm so motivated and excited to share this with you. And so I hope that you will join us on the Facebook Live if you're not in New York, or at least on the website if you want to watch the videos of this conference. And very important, talking of perfecting and talking about, this importance of just starting and then perfecting. So what's happening now with Tandem Nomads is that I am in a moment where I am evaluating a lot of things about how I'm approaching Tandem Nomads concept. So until now, we've been launching every episode every week, every Tuesday. And right now I'm going to try to test some things, and I think that I'm going to start, actually I'm pretty sure now, for the next coming months, I will launch every episode every second week on Tuesday. So it means that next week we won't have an episode, but the week after we will. Let me explain you why I'm doing this. The reason is that I realized that there's so much content in every episode that I can really try to digest them for you and help you transform them into real takeaways you can implement for yourself. So I'm doing that a lot with every newsletter, and I hope that you're signed up to the newsletter. You just have to go to tandemnomads.com and you will be automatically sent to the sign up page. I do digest all the tips so that you can right away know what you have to do with this knowledge that this amazing guest on Tandem Nomads are sharing with you. So it takes a lot of time to do that. So I want to really, really explore every episode so that you cannot waste any of the great tips that the guests are sharing with us. And I also realized that there are other resources I could bring to you on top of the podcast, and I'm working on them. So I'm not going to tell you more. There's a lot of news coming up very soon at the beginning of the year 2017. I'm working on a big project, so I really can't share with you. This is going to be, I'm teasing you right now. I'm not going to tell you everything at once, but basically I do need to find that focus and that time to build those resources for you so that you can really take them and implement them in your life if you want to build a portable career, and you don't know how to start, and also more, which is for me my forte, how to build a portable business. And I would like to share some of the tips I have implemented in my business. So a lot of things I would like to prepare for you, and I have to say every episode is a lot of work to produce. So I need to find that time to be able to continue to find great guests for every episode and every great topics that are relevant for you in terms of career and portable businesses, which is the focus of Tandem Nomads. But also I will continue to share things that are more related to just life, and you will see there are a lot of things about supporting expat children, dealing with, stress in the relationship and the family, and things that are sometimes difficult as an expat. So main focus of Tandem Nomads will still be how to build a portable career and a portable business, but also bringing you some inspiration and support on other topics of life, because life is not only about work and money and business. It's a combination of a lot of things, because at the end of the day, actually, I think that the one reason I'm passionate about businesses and entrepreneurship is because I think that entrepreneurship is a mindset. It's not just a way to make money. And I just want to, through these podcasts, share with you this entrepreneurial mindset that can help you deal with some challenges and turn them into opportunities. So I can't wait to share all these great resources with you. So please, number one, if you're not signed up to the newsletter, please do on tandemnomads.com. And I want to hear about you. Please let me know if you're listening to the episode, if you're really focusing right now and you've reached until the end of this episode. Please leave a comment on the page of this episode on tandemnomads.com/62. And I really want to hear about your story and what are your challenges and maybe what are your great experiences. Feel free to share also the good stuff, and I would love us to connect, and so that I can understand better how I can, improve Tandem Nomads at the end of the day and bring the best value to you. So 1, newsletter. 2, comment. And 3, quick reminder, Tandem Nomads episodes will be launched every other week from now on Tuesdays. So twice a month on Tuesdays. So stay tuned to turn your challenges into great opportunities.